Chairman Lee, Vice Chair Beyer, distinguished members of the committee, there's good news and bad news to report about marriage and family life in America. The good news, as Figure 1 in my testimony indicates, is divorce is down dramatically since 1980. What's more, non-marital childbearing has also reversed course since the Great Recession. Less divorce and less non-marital childbearing equal more children being raised in intact married families, as Figure 2 shows. Note also here that this uptick has been strongest for Black children, as we see in Figure 3. So that's kind of the good news from my testimony today. The bad news is the nation still remains deeply divided when it comes to family structure and family stability. Single parenthood is about twice as high for children from families with less education and for Black children. This form of family inequality leaves many working class and poor children doubly disadvantaged, navigating life with less money and an absent parent. This family inequality is rooted in shifts in our economy, our culture, and our public policy. We know, for instance, that men without college degrees have seen their spells of unemployment climb in recent years, undercutting their marriageability. Since the 1960s, American culture has de-emphasized the values and virtues that sustain strong and stable marriages in the name of a kind of expressive individualism. Declines in religious and secular civic engagement have been concentrated among working class and poor Americans, robbing these families of the social support they need to thrive and endure. Finally, as Joe Price at BYU and I have shown, means-tested programs from the federal government often end up penalizing marriage among lower-income families today, particularly working-class families. This family-divided America matters because the American dream is in much better shape when marriage anchors the lives of children and the communities they grow up in. My use of the term marriage here is deliberate. No family arrangement besides marriage affords kids as much stability as does this institution, as Figure 4 indicates. Now, I cannot here summarize the voluminous literature on family and child well-being, but suffice it to say that children are more likely to thrive in school and steer clear of poverty when their parents are married. And Figure 5 tells the score on the latter point. Family structure also matters for our communities. Scholarship by Harvard economist Raj Chetty and his colleagues tells us that neighborhoods with more two-parent families are significantly more likely to foster rags to riches mobility for poor kids. In all these ways, the research tells us that the American dream is much stronger in communities with more married families, communities like the ones the chairman and the vice chair hail from. Unfortunately, many communities today don't have the family stability found in Alpine, Utah, or Old Town, Alexandria. So what should we do to renew marriage in communities where family life has become more fragile? The first thing we should do is to end marriage penalties in our means-tested programs. Currently, such penalties in programs such as Medicaid and the ITC can reach as high as 32% for a family's total income. This is unconscionable. Congress should eliminate these penalties by doubling income thresholds for programs serving low-income married families. The second thing that we should do is to strengthen career and technical education, recognizing that most young adults today will not get a four-year college degree. Yet our education system devotes far too little attention to this group. We need to scale up career and technical education to boost the earnings, the self-confidence, and the marital prospects of young men and young women who are not on the college track. The third thing we should do is to expand the child tax credit to help families cover the expenses of raising young children and to reduce the financial stresses that can cause marital instability. Congress should expand the child tax credit to $3,000 per child and extend it to payroll tax liabilities or provide families with fully refundable credit. And this credit should be paid out on a monthly basis to give families month-to-month support in addressing the financial challenges of raising a family today. To limit the expense, this expansion should be limited to children under 6. Finally, we should be launching civic efforts to strengthen marriage. And I would like to see a campaign organized around Brookings scholars Ron Haskins and Bel Sahov called the Success Sequence, in which young adults are encouraged to pursue education, work, marriage, and parenthood in that order. 97% of young adults today who have followed the sequence are not poor. A campaign organized around the sequence could meet with the same success as the recent national campaign to prevent teen pregnancy. Measures like these are necessary to bridge the divide in family structure and stability across the U.S., a divide I think we can all agree is both unacceptable and un-American. Thank you.